welcome to Good Morning Guyana. From the latest in news and current affairs to inspiring stories from our communities. Expect engaging discussions on trending topics, exciting interviews with local celebrities, delicious recipes from our kitchens, and much, much more. So let's come together to celebrate all that makes our nation so special. Every morning is an opportunity to shine bright. Good morning, Guyana.
Good morning, everyone. Whether you're tuning from right here in beautiful Guyana or anywhere else in the world, welcome to the Good Morning Guyana show. In the midst and studio with us today, we have royalty, but I'm not going to introduce her just yet. We have an inspirational quote, as you guys may know. So let's get to the inspirational quote of the day, and we'll be right back. Your time to make your soul smile. Your happiness is just as important as anyone else's. This inspirational quote is by Tamarin Green, Miss Universe South Africa 2018.
Welcome back. This quote encourages embracing challenges and taking action towards your goal. It emphasizes that dreams are achievable with determination and bravery. All your dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. Welcome back again, everyone. Like I mentioned, we have royalty in the midst today in studio. Please welcome the beautiful, and talented Miss Cosmo Killer King.
Protect my energy from your bad aura. Now my past close say I be my healer, everything I desire. I go receive my rhythm, flow like a river. If you get your back, come on, go and sit down. I go just para, come on my trigger. I go just stay, follow my dreams. I'm feeling vibes on vibes, I'm ticking dynamite. No, you can't go light.
Welcome and good morning, Killer.
Good morning, and thank you so much for having me.
How are you feeling?
I am feeling ecstatic, honestly.
You are. How has it been since your crowning moment, your crowning night?
Well, it's an honor being crowned. I mean, now I have so much big shoes to fill after following in the footsteps of Misha Caleb. And so right now I'm just feeling really exhilarated to be given this honor and to still be representing my country on the international stage.
You mentioned Miss, what was
King.
first? Miss
Misha Caleb.
Shakila. Was she an inspiration to you?
Absolutely, being the first Miss Cosmo Guyana, I think she's in a position where she really set the stage for all the I think she's really set the stage for all the following Guyanese women to take, and that's what I'm hoping to do to really follow in those footsteps of making Guyana proud.
And besides you being Miss Cosmo or being in modeling, because you are a model as well, yes?
Yes.
Who is Killer King?
Absolutely. I grew up in the quiet village of Eureka, and I'm always so proud to say where I'm from because thanks to where I grew up in my upbringing, you can see the woman before you today. And so I also study psychology. I have a diploma in psychology, and soon I'll be pursuing my studies in that field. I have my own business and I do content creation, project management, and marketing services.
Okay, independent girl, entrepreneur.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. And tell us about a little bit your family.
Absolutely. So I grew up in a single parent family, and so many people might see this as a struggle, but for me, I really pride myself in this because seeing my mother growing up and really showing me what the strength of a woman and resilience really means, today I can follow in my footsteps and I can dare to dream.
All right. And what does the impactful beauty, the slogan of the Miss Cosmo, means to you personally?
Absolutely. I really, really love the slogan Impactful Beauty because I feel like it really encapsulates perfectly what pageantry stands for in the modern world. Pageantry is so much more than just walking on a stage and being beautiful. It's really about the values that you possess as a woman and how you're able to use your beauty from within to radiate outwardly. And so going into this Cosmo journey as an autistic woman especially, I believe that it's my purpose to make my own impact by not only encouraging Guyanese women, but also disabled women all around the world, whether you're neurodiverse or otherwise marginalized, to show these women that they are so much more than their circumstances and that they can dare to dream and be anything that they want to be, just like I have dared to dream to be an impactful beauty. They can also do that as well.
And how do you plan to embody this as Miss Cosmo?
Of course, I plan to embody this by just continuing to be authentically me and showing young women all around the world that they do not have to fit the status quo. They do not have to fit society's idea of perfection. All they need to be is who they are and be true to themselves. And I want to embody this and feel that it inspires other young women to do the same.
So on autism, you mentioned autism. Wow. How has it been living with it, and how has your childhood been and your challenges growing up with autism?
Well, growing up and living with autism in and of itself is a real challenge. But for me, it was much more difficult to maneuver because I actually lived most of my life not knowing that I was autistic. It's actually just about a year ago that I was able to get an official diagnosis.
So what prompted you to get the diagnosis?
Growing up with autism and even not knowing that I had autism, I always felt a stark difference between myself and so many others around me. The best way I think I can describe it is by saying that I always felt like everyone else was given a handbook on how to socialize and I was left out with the narrative. And so maneuvering life in that way was a bit of a challenge for me. And it's actually what motivated me to start doing my research that relates to psychology and in hopes that I could one day figure out just what is so different about me, what's really going on. And that's how today my love or my aim to figure out what was going on with me has now been morphed into a love and a passion for psychology.
So you feeling that you were different, just say, okay, I need to know what's going on with it. That did that encourage you to go to the psychologist?
Yes, that both encouraged me to find an interest in psychology as an area of occupation and studies, and it prompted me to go reach out to a psychologist to get an official diagnosis. With the extensive research that I've done in psychology, I kind of had a feeling that autism might have been the answer, and so I went and I reached out to a psychologist. I explained my background in psychology as well as my suspicions, and we had a psychological evaluation done, and I was diagnosed officially with autism spectrum disorder.
Oh, so you studying psychology and you followed all the symptoms that you were facing, and you just wanted to make sure that it is autism. So you went to get an official diagnosis, and yeah.
Yes, that's right, because it's one thing to live with autism. And unfortunately, autism isn't something that you can just get rid of. But what you can do is you can learn the various ways in which you can cope and maneuver. And so that's why receiving an official diagnosis was very important to me, because it would have been able to help me to maneuver the world a lot easier. And so said, so done, I find that today I'm thriving, I'm doing so much better, all because I would have received my official diagnosis.
What are some of the challenges uh, with socializing that you experienced?
So what I can do right now, speaking here with you with such confidence and looking you right in the eyes, 2 years ago and prior to that, that's something that I couldn't have done. I really struggled with the confidence to just be authentically me and be comfortable in my own skin, to communicate with people in a way that shows that confidence. And so getting my diagnosis and really utilizing those practical tools, those methods to maneuver, I have so much thanks for that, because I can sit here and be so confident in my communication, and it's going to be a great help when I go over to Vietnam to represent my regional country.
And how do you plan to use this challenge to help others going into the competition?
Absolutely. Going into this competition, I really feel that there is a need for me to be true to myself, being authentically who I am. And by doing that, I really believe that my authenticity and my mission will radiate outwardly to those women who are also autistic or otherwise neurodiverse, so that they can also see that they're so much more than just a diagnosis. They're not limited by any barriers that society or diagnosis poses for them, but they're really the author of their own story, and they're completely in control of how they write it.
That's really beautiful. And you said you grew up with a single mom. How was she felt when you told her that you know?
So at the point in which I got my official diagnosis, I think my family was softening up and more really understanding what autism really is, because I'm actually not the only autistic person in my family. So we were introduced to autism by my nephew, who was now about 5 years old. So when he was a toddler, he was diagnosed. So our family became really receptive to the idea of autism. And then I guess when I was diagnosed, it was no surprise because autism can be something that's genetically transferred. That's right. Yes.
That's interesting. You've been living with autism, you've been doing pageantry. This is not your first title.
That's right.
That's right. And I just love the fact that you're putting yourself out there and motivating others. And I wish, and I hope, not wish, sorry, everybody is going to see this on the international stage. What you're representing is truly, truly an inspirational to other people with autism. So right now we're gonna take a quick break from our discussion with the beautiful, beautiful Miss Cosmo, the reigning Miss Cosmo Guyana Killer King for the Guyanese proverb of the day, and we'll be right back.
All cassava got same skin, but all nuts taste the same way. This means though people may look alike because of their mode of dress, they are different in their own ways.
Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that Guyanese proverb. And if you just joined us, we're here speaking with the reigning Miss Cosmo Guyana Killer King. Yes. So looking back at the night of the coronation here in Guyana, when your name was announced, how did you felt as the winner?
Well, the truth is, I was in complete shock because standing there on coronation night during the award ceremony of the show, actually, all of my fellow competitors received an award, and I was the only person who didn't receive any. So, fun fact, while I was there holding the hands of the first runner-up, I was already telling her congratulations because I really, really thought that she would have won. But then to hear my name being called, I was in utter disbelief. But I must say, now looking back at the experience, I'm really happy, really exhilarated and honored to, know that the judges really believed in me, to know that I'll be carrying the mantle of representing my country internationally.
It's really emotional on that stage.
Maybe not on the stage, but I definitely had an emotional moment after.
And the initial Miss Cosmo pageant is a huge stage. What specific areas are you focusing on your preparation?
Well, when I go into the Miss Cosmo International journey, I'm no longer going to just be representing KOK. I'm going to be representing 83,000 square miles and over 800,000 people. So to focus on one area of opportunity only, I think I'd be doing myself and the Guyanese people a great disservice. So right now, my aim is to focus on every area of aspect of competition, whether it's remaining emotionally and mentally grounded, whether it's staying physically fit or working on my pastoral training, you name it. I'm ready to do whatever it takes to give my country the best possible representation we can possibly think of.
As Guyana's representative, what aspect of your country's culture, heritage, and unique beauty do you want to share most with the world?
Everything that you see, the woman that you see today, is owed to Guyanese culture. Everything that I am, everything that I've experienced, the food that I eat, the music that I listen to, all of that is deeply tied into Guyanese tradition and culture. And so what I really want to do is to embody the true Guyanese warmth, our charisma, and our diversity on the international stage. And I'm really hoping that my representation is an inspiration enough to inspire the people watching all around the world to visit Guyana and see the splendor that we have to offer for themselves.
I love that. And pageants often involve a significant amount of public speaking and interviews. How are you preparing for the Q&A?
I've always considered myself an avid reader, and so going into the Miss Cosmo International journey is no different. But I truly think that the question and answer and the interview segment becomes difficult if you don't know who you are or what you stand for. So my main aim going into this is to really continue to do as much introspection as I possibly can, to remain rooted in my purpose, who I am, my authenticity, and my identity. And I believe that if I allow myself to understand who I am at my core, then my authenticity will shine through and it will radiate so that the judges and all of the world can see.
All right. And can you share a specific story or experience from your journey so far that has reinforced your belief in your ability to make a positive impact?
Throughout my journey in both life and pageantry, I've had some hurdles that I had to overcome. And They might have seemed unfortunate in the moment. However, today I feel like they were really important in shaping my journey. And I do believe that my misfortunes can be an inspiration to others. And I say this as I speak about my recent experience 2 years ago as I was competing for another title, where I fell on stage in front of hundreds of people. And so that could have easily been a moment that broke me, that kept me from continuing to pursue my dream. But I didn't allow that to happen. I persevered nonetheless, and to the point that here I am having the privilege of being crowned Guyana's representative in the Miss Cosmo International pageant. And so I think that that story in and of itself can and should be an inspiration to others that no matter what happens, no matter the hurdles or the challenges that you face, it's always best to remain optimistic and to always exercise the courage to show up for your goals and your aspirations no matter what.
Right. And what message or empowerment do you want to convey to young girls and women in Guyana that you could be?
Absolutely. Today social media is on the rise. And so
Yes.
we're all posting the absolute best parts of ourselves on social media. And so many young women today, they believe that they need to fit into the narrative and they need to fit this ideal of perfection that they see on social media. But to every young woman watching this, I just want to encourage you to remain true to yourself, to stay rooted into your authenticity, and not be so preoccupied with what's on the outside, but understand that your beauty goes skin deep, and it's about who you are at your core, the values that you possess, your compassion, and the way that you treat others. So allow your beauty to radiate from within outwardly, and that's really the true representation of who you are.
Miss Kayla King, the reigning Miss Cosmo Guyana, everyone. All right, so that has brought us to the end of the discussion with Miss Cosmo, the reigning Miss Cosmo Guyana, Kayla King. But don't go just yet. We have the song of the day, and today's song of the day is Guyana by Punam Singh. This beautiful track captures the spirit and culture of Guyana, making you feel the warmth of its streets and the warmth of its people. Do enjoy Guyana by Punam Singh.
Look down from your window, no big city lights, just greenery. I don't know what you come for. Listen up, my dear, we're such a man free. Welcome to the land of many faces, not one, not two, but six different races. You know when the sun kisses your skin, you're in the right place. Guyana, oh, that's my beautiful country. Guyana, one people, one nation, one destiny. Don't stop for a minute. Come, let me take a walk with Brother Tiki. You'll see our landmarks and our monuments. They're so unique. The high brick structure, the lighthouse, the tallest wooden structure, cathedral, 176th Street, monuments, and the beautiful city hall. You know with the wind in your hair, you're in the right place. Guyana, oh, that's my beautiful country. Guyana, one people, one nation, one destiny. Look down from your window, no big city lights, just greenery. You don't know what you come for. Listen up, my dear, we're such a man free. Welcome to the land of many faces, not one, not two, but six different races. You know when the sun kisses your skin, you're in the right place. Guyana, oh, that's my beautiful country. Guyana,
welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that song and the discussion with Miss Kayla King. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you on our show this morning. With really short notice, but we really appreciate it here. The Good Morning Guyana team and Channel 9. We'd love to say thank you and we appreciate you for coming on the show this morning.
Thank you so much. And it was my pleasure being here.
All right, guys, stay tuned. We'll catch you on the next Good Morning Guyana episode. I'm your host, Adana Dorrick, and from everyone here at the Good Morning Guyana and Channel 9, do have a wonderful week. Goodbye for now.
Welcome to Good Morning Guyana. From the latest in news and current affairs to inspiring stories from our communities. Expect engaging discussions on trending topics, exciting interviews with local celebrities, delicious recipes from our kitchens, and much more. So let's come together to celebrate all that makes our nation so special. Every morning is an opportunity to shine bright. Good morning, Guyana.